Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is part 2 of this MX5 Global Cup car. We're going to be getting the front end pulled, getting all the parts fit, and then we'll be welding everything in the front and in the back of the car and getting it off the frame machine, so stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we need to do to this front end is get the frame rails pulled. We're going to take some measurements so we know where they need to be, and we're going to start pulling. So, let's start pulling. We're going to pull the suspension and the steering rack off this damaged cradle, and we're not going to put it on the new cradle yet because we're going to be coming in and out with this new cradle. It's going to be going up in the car, taking some measurements, pulling it off, doing some pulling, putting it back in the car. So when we're doing that, it's a lot easier when it's a naked cradle. So we'll be putting this in for the final time and then bolting all the suspension and the steering rack in it. Alright, so we have this motor suspended by this little brace here because there's no cradle in there. There's nothing holding the motor up. But with these putting pressure here, I don't like that. So we're going to put the motor mounts back on the new cradle, put them back in the car, set the new cradle in, set the motor down on the motor mounts so everything's held like it's supposed to, and then we can make sure everything's where it's supposed to be for the final fitment before we start welding. All the parts are test fit, all the gaps look good, all the measurements look good. We're ready to pull this back apart and get everything welded. Now we're going to start bolting all the suspension pieces and the steering rack to the cradle. Alright, so we've got this car back on its wheels. We've got to get it off the frame machine, and the next step is going to be getting everything ready for paint and start painting.
You know you're drunk when you swerve to miss a tree, and then you realize it was air freshener hanging from your mirror.
Alright, so that's going to be about it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and if you have any thoughts or questions, leave it in the comments section. And as always, we'll see you on the next video. See ya!